Hello. Today is Friday, December 8th, 2023, and this is a sideshow. I'm Theodore Parker, and in this area of Kentucky, Lexington, the temperature high will be about 56 degrees. The low was 41. Mainly clear, lows overnight in the 40s. Sunrise today will be at 7:41 a.m., sunset at 5:17 p.m. The wind today will be about 11 miles per hour. Pollen, none. AQI, good at 23. And rain possible Friday overnight. Colder temperatures ahead this weekend. Like I said, this is a sideshow. I'm Theodore Parker. And if you're watching the sideshow on Facebook and Instagram, don't forget to like, comment, and share. And talk about it on WhatsApp. If you're watching the sideshow on YouTube, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And of course, the sideshow coffee cup with the sideshow logo on it. Black 11-ounce ceramic, dishwasher safe. Good for most beverages, hot and cold. Buy from me for $17 plus shipping and handling. Pay me through Cash App, $TR Parker 1. So I had some thoughts running around in my head today about today's show. But I wanted to touch on the new hour changes that I announced probably at the beginning of the week or before the weekend. And just to go over it again, new hours for me being on the page. I think it will work is 10 a.m. to 12 noon and 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. That's Monday to Saturday. Sunday, I'm taking off. I mean, you can still come on the page, look around, browse, and so forth and so on, but I won't be answering any text messages. So, how does it look? Well, I think the West Coast is covered. They're 4 hours behind. Africa, like Ghana, for instance, is 5 hours ahead. Europe is 5 hours ahead. And some Asian countries are as much as 12 hours ahead. Australia is 5 hours ahead. So I see you. I see you on the Facebook page and Instagram and so forth and so on, posting what kind of work men posting what kind of work they do, and small business owners posting their shops, entrepreneurs trying to bring in the business. So I see you celebrating and articulating. Good for you. So I'd given today's show some thought, ran it around in my head, rattled it around what will work, what will not work as far as expressing these ideas that I had. So I thought today's show would be entitled, Be All You Can Be. I know that's an Army expression from the military that's been used from time to time in commercials. But either that, or you could say it's like ripping off a Band-Aid, fast or slow. And I'm going to say, well, what kind of Band-Aid is it? Depends on the Band-Aid. But anyway, let's start with this. You're just coming off of Thanksgiving. I'm pretty sure everybody enjoyed their turkey meal. Probably sat back. If you didn't rub your stomach, you just said, that was good. And it's the same as with exercise. Let's say you just did a mile, say, I did a mile. That ain't bad. Maybe I'll try a mile and a quarter. Well, that same feel good feeling, that same motivation, you know, is produced by endorphins. And endorphins are kind of located right where my finger is on my forehead. And what endorphins produce, which is where that good feeling comes from, is dopamine. Dopamine. So you can kind of get dopamine various ways. You've got the example of having a good meal. Excuse me, example of exercising. But the holidays are here, and between shopping and eating, there's bound to be some stress. So this Be All You Can Be is going to be about three things: nutrition, diet, and exercise. And by way of explanation, nutrition is what you put in your body, what your body burns for fuel. Diet, how much you put in your body. And exercise, what you do. So I know there's some people out there, men are saying, well, look, I'm working this job. I ain't about no fooling around, And women saying, well, look, I'm working, And if by some miracle you as a woman are not working, you're probably saying, hey, I'm taking care of this man and these children, and I don't feel like hearing a lot of stuff from you today. So all that being said, I hope what I'm passing on to you will have some benefit, and if it's something in here that you can use, please do so. First, nutrition. What you put in your body. You can look at any food packaging label and you'll see that the information that's provided is based on a 2,000 calorie diet daily as recommended by the American Dietary Association. So let's do some comparisons. You got meat, you got protein. Meat is a protein. You got your vegetables, and you got your carbohydrates, people refer to as your starches or your pastas and potatoes and so forth and so on. Excuse me on that. I'm waiting on some medicines to arrive that to kind of clear up that little throat irritation. So you got those three areas. Then you have, in order to do that, you'd have 3 meals, 500 or 600 calories each, and that leaves room for a snack. Okay, so then you have portions. All right, most meat portions are 4 ounces, and they usually run around 400 calories. Vegetables are measured by a half cup, and they're usually between 25 and 50 calories. Your carbohydrates are between 150 to 200 calories based on a full cup. And that's your balanced meal. Or you could have a Big Mac meal and come in around 1,100 calories for one meal. Or you could have a honey bun and a soda. A honey bun is actually 2 servings. The whole thing is 450 calories, and a soda averages about 250 calories. That's not a diet one. McDonald's breakfast sandwich meal comes in at around 700 calories. Or you could have cold or hot cereal with fruit at 600 calories. So I'm not saying that you have to just put nobody on cold turkey with their food choices, so to speak. I just recommend before you break open the next package of food, whatever it is, that you take a moment to read what's on the package. And that's specific to the full amount of calories of the item in the package and whether or not it is 2 portions, 2 servings, or 1 serving. Like, a bag of potato chips, and a soda. When you actually turn it over and read it, it could be as much as 2.5 servings. 1 serving is 11 chips. So just don't make any sudden moves, no big changes, nothing else. Just find out what you're putting in your body. Just keep track, or write down how many calories you're taking in per day. Most phones have a place on it where you can make notes. You can just, when you decide to eat something, just, see what it is, put the calories in there. And that way you have a way of keeping track of what you're going. So if you're under 2,000, and speaking, I would say from most information provided, most people are over 2,000. So don't be surprised if you are. And that's based on, availability of fast food and things of this nature. So now, after a period of time, you can start making changes, what we call menu substitutions, until you are at 2,000 calories per day. So you can run that for a while. I would say, a couple of weeks, a month, until you see what's going on and see how you look and feel, So when you start incorporating the menu changes, it usually takes about a month for that to kick in. So that's nutrition. What you're putting in your body, what you're burning, your food choices. Now, diet, you always hear this, diet and exercise is how much you put in your body, specifically your calorie intake, which is why you have to set it up by looking at your nutrition label. So again, the recommended daily calorie intake for the average person is 2,000 calories. And again, this is all made up of meat, vegetables, pasta, desserts, snacks, fruits. Items that have the same or close to the same calorie count can be exchanged. So a banana for an orange, as an example, string beans for corn. Another example, a Klondike bar for a cup of vanilla ice cream. Another thing is to be aware of is how food moves through your body. Okay, when you make your meat choices, let's say a steak feels different on your stomach than chicken. And chicken feels different than fish. So although you know that a portion of meat is 4 ounces, how it affects your digestive system is an entirely different story. So it's kind of recommended that vegetables you have at least 3 times per week. And if you are like some people say they don't have time or energy to be doing a whole lot of cooking, then usually the deli department at your local supermarket offers meal combinations. Or you can try frozen meals that also have the calorie count on the package. That's breakfast or dinner. And one thing about this country, no one person has a monopoly. So you can vary your choices as far as frozen food producers are concerned. until you find one that suits your taste buds. Exercise. I mean, why should I? Well, that's a good question. So, whether you're an office worker or a construction worker, whatever muscles you use, your body works as a whole. Commonly referred to as muscle groups, exercise days are split between upper body and lower body by group. So your upper body, and this applies to both men and women, shoulders, arms, chest, back, and abs. Lower body, thighs, calves, hips, and abs. Abs get done on both muscle groups days. And if you go in there like 3 days a week and combine that with cardio, then you have a strength and cardio exercise program. You can access gyms and various other things like that. I kind of recommend Planet Fitness because they do have trainers available that you can call ahead and arrange a session with, and you can state your goals and receive some recommendations as to which machines to use, how much weight to use for each muscle group, and how much time to spend on it. And these things that I'm saying are not designed to like take forever or to take all of your time. Planet Fitness, their initial consult is designed to run for about maybe 3 weeks, possibly 4. So it's not like, well, this is what I'm going to be doing from now on, like this. And the other thing, some Planet Fitnesses, well, before COVID, they were open 24/7. So if you wake up and think you can't sleep, then you could go to the gym and, work out or whatever. And the difference as far as cardio is concerned, using a treadmill, you're allowed to adjust the speed, the incline of it, make various other variations. Whereas if you're just walking in the neighborhood or walking up and down your street or around your block, then it's just basically going to be one pace. And if you have somebody walking with you, as company, then a good rule of thumb is if you were able to talk and walk, then you have a good pace established. So, we're all enthusiastic. We're in the gym. The diet's going on fine, and things are looking up, if nothing else. Okay? Then all of a sudden, you get injured. Well, that was, you did something either too much, too fast, or you just did something wrong. So here's the thing about injuries. They always say, I'm hurt, I can't go back in there, and this and that and the other. Each injury has its own recovery time for the body to repair itself. So if it's not something that constitutes you seeking medical help, then don't rush things. Give it a couple of days. If you got something over the counter for pain or fever or whatever the case may be, take that. But especially now, if you have something that persists for more than a few days, and most of us do have a thermometer at home, and you check you have a fever, then please go in and get some professional medical advice, because it could be anything from, like I say, back in the day, if you had a runny nose and a cough, you knew you had the common cold. But now, between variations of COVID, the flu season, pneumonia, it's better not to guess what you have. And then you also have RSV. So get a professional opinion, diagnosis, and treatment. Don't leave it to just, I'm not feeling good, so I ain't going around people so I don't spread nothing. So there you have it. So take, for instance, if you're doing squats, how your body can signal you about things. And this is not talking about squats with weights. This is a body weight squat. And say you've been doing it long enough for say your knees start popping. Well, this is a good time to switch from squats to lunges. And then you will not have that popping sound. Then as you alternate, through your exercises, it's just like you can do a push-up with your body fully on the floor. You can do an incline push-up off the wall. You can do a push-up off the seat of a chair. So there are variations to kind of accent different things. It's like you have a bicep machine. You can either do free weights or you can do a Smith machine and exercise your biceps. Or you can do a tricep machine, or you could do Arnold Schwarzenegger's triceps exercise. So that's the difference between when the weight's back here and you pump it up like that. So it all depends on your level, whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced participant as far as exercises is concerned. And also if you have specific goals. The difference between exercising, I think, and training and working out, let's say. Exercise is more like a maintenance for your body so that all your muscle groups are equally balanced. And if you want to start being more cosmetic, then you're talking about bodybuilding, powerlifting, things of this nature. Those are specifics. But if you're just talking about maintaining a level of good health and good cardio strength, then you need to be on a routine. A couple of times a week is good for most folks. And like I said, whether it's just walking up the street or walking around the block, but as you participate or involve yourself, as I say, it's progress, not perfection. You will find yourself doing a little bit more. There's also home videos that you can use. And then that's something that you can do in the privacy of your home. And that way, if you find out it's a more difficult level than you thought, then you can explore until you find something. But 15 to 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 3 times a week, if you're at that point. A lot of times with exercises that are on videos, people start laughing because they can't really figure out exactly what it is that the person that's providing the instruction wants them to do. Or it could be, oh, I can do that. Or you want me to do what? And followed by a round of laughter. And if you have somebody, again, that's participating with you, you kind of share the laughter of beginners of trying to figure out how you can do it. But videos can be as short as 15 minutes and as long as an hour, depending on what it is you want to do. Remember, you're doing something that's going to benefit you. And the muscle groups that you used to work with, whether you're sitting at a desk or, like I said, a construction worker, then you want to balance your muscle groups in your body accordingly. So, I don't want to put more on you than you can carry. And as they say in all the good commercials, consult with your doctor before making any changes in your routine, especially about exercises. But things have reached a level now where no matter where you are in college, following your health and wellness course in your curriculum, or preparing for a certain event, like I said, exercising, training is for something specific, working out is testing the skills that you have acquired. All of that fits in somewhere. So right now we're heading into the winter months, colder days, more time indoors. Leave out in the dark, come home in the dark. But as they say, good Lord willing and the creek don't rise, looking ahead, spring is coming. So is summer. So these months, these days, as we head into winter, is the time to put in the work and, importantly, reduce stress levels. Between the shopping and the food and the holidays, right this month we have Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, and then we're into a new year. So now's the time. Pace yourself. We're putting in the work so that when you get back to summer and you start wearing shorts and various other not as much clothing, right now we're trying to layer up, but when we get to summer, we start dropping all that. And most importantly, what else you got to do that you can't take time for yourself? That's it. Hashtag